We just had a quick break. We got rid of the microphones because it turns out they weren't working the whole time. And Stefano changed his clothes because he's a little bit of a diva.
Felt like it. I didn't want to look the same. Good morning.
Good morning.
Today is Thursday, May 23rd. It's 9:40 a.m. And I guess where do we start off with this? I guess I just asked you that same question, right? Which was, why do people hire a realtor? Why do buyers need to hire? The first thing is that out of necessity to be able to go see every home that they want to see, because listing agents have their own clients to worry about, the seller of the home. They won't be able to necessarily show 60 individual people the property that they have for sale. So somebody else will have to show it to you in order to make sure that you see everything that you want to see. There's also just making an offer in your best interest as a buyer. You really don't want to go to the listing agent and have them, who has a fiduciary duty with the seller of the home, telling you what to put in your offer. You want somebody who represents you and understands your wants and needs to make sure that your offer is good for you and is in your best interest, as well as stepping you through the process. So once you're under contract, which is much more likely when you do have an agent working on your behalf. Oh no, where did the Nicki Minaj come from? Should I just lose my mind and start yelling at him? You ruined my recording.
I told you he's a diva.
It's like I woke up.
Okay, it's still recording, so you can.
Okay,
Cool.
Thank you. Okay, so you want to put together a really good offer that benefits you and not just gets it through to the seller, what the seller wants, and then also through the process. So once you're under contract, you have a lot of different contingencies and dates and deadlines you have to meet with inspections and things like that. So you probably will have a home inspection, and then you may have to have another contractor or two out to make sure that work can be done or see how much it might cost, if there's anything to negotiate over the home inspection. So stuff like that, your buyer's agent will be able to have resources for you to make sure that things happen quickly and within the contingency timeline. So that's really important. And I think that's some of the process that a lot of buyers don't expect. They don't realize how much happens during the contract period. But yeah, just getting you to closing, making sure you're prepared and things like that. I think it's more the difference of whether or not you get a home or whether or not you get the right home. Because if you aren't looking at all of the ones that you want to, you may not be able to even make an offer on the one that you want or is right for you. So, super important.
It's a lot of work for somebody to try to throw on their plate just by themselves. You wouldn't I guess you could do your own kitchen or your own deck, but you'd probably hire somebody, right?
Yeah, right.
Somebody
right,
not
exactly.
only because they're experts in it, but also they're just going to save you a lot of time and a lot of stress.
And money, so I didn't even want to touch on the negotiation part, but obviously if they could save you 10%, it's obviously no big deal to hire one. They pay for themselves, but same thing there. Like if you're going to have a designer do your kitchen or somebody that you're going to pay money to do those things, it's a similar rate, comparison.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. You're paying for a service.
The other thing I was talking to a client about a few weeks ago, who is a established homeowner. She's bought and sold several homes. She's like, how do they know what they're doing and that type of thing? She's talking about how first-time homebuyers need an agent. And I'm like, well, I know most realtors don't know what they're doing the first few transactions. It's complicated, so until you get several under your belt, it's not really something that you could do well, You need
those reps.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because you never know what's going to happen, right?
Right. Every contract's extremely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some more stressful than others, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. What was the first challenging transaction you had in your career, either representing a buyer or a seller?
Well, so I started at the beginning of COVID, really. So I just had a lot of multiple offer situations. Yeah. While that was difficult, I learned quickly how to make offers work and get through. Yeah. So my most difficult situations weren't necessarily whether or not the buyer was qualified or if the house had issues with it, like inspection wise, but just the amount of trying to get offers through. That was difficult. So
still is.
Yep.
That hasn't changed much.
No.
Unfortunately.
Well, it has a little bit. I haven't seen a 37 offer situation in a couple of...
37?
Yes, that's what...
Good.
Okay, so everybody's moving out of DC. So if you were looking in Lorton, Manassas, Woodbridge, 37, 40 offers on everything. everything. Yeah.
I'm sure the listing agent had a lot of fun sorting through all those, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it was Excel sheets, spreadsheets, pages of them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks, Julie. Appreciate your time, your insight, and your expertise as always. Guys,
you.
Julie Grandon, realtor with eXp Realty. She works DC, Maryland, Virginia. She's absolutely phenomenal. She will not disappoint. I trust her, as should you. Appreciate your time, Julie. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
Great.
Like I own the place. All right, cool.